told you that was.
That's our sum of the week.
Yeah, that's the sum of the week. This is the Young Talk podcast, the one and only podcast where you get the true information, the real information, and the valid information. I'm your host, FatherB, and as always, we got. You go ahead and introduce
Big
yourself.
Dark, aka
we got
Daddy
him.
Dark, aka your mom's in my basement, aka I own an orphanage.
Okay, and we got a guest on the podcast today, a surprise. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the world. Guest.
Let's
Andy,
go,
speak.
dude.
Like,
First guest on the show.
I can't.
Absolute.
Is he? What's going on, Andy? Why aren't you? We can't.
What's going on, dude?
The thing on his Discord is just it's all green. What's happening? Is something broken?
Yeah, I see that too.
What are the odds? The minute we hit record. David, or
What's up?
Daddy Dark. So there's
Don't
a
ever
link
call me
on the
6'9".
Discord.
Don't ever call me 6'9" again.
There's a
Or 6'1", whatever.
there's a link that our guest here sent on the Discord. Can you add this bot into the Discord?
There's a link.
Yeah,
Add
on
this
the page.
bot into the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Can you add that to the Discord? So that way we can
Add to Discord.
Yeah. Are you good?
Yeah, I was like wondering why you guys weren't talking. I was like, did I get lagged out? I think I did lag out.
Okay.
Lol.
Yeah.
Hello.
So go ahead and introduce yourself. Guess.
Hi guys, my name is Andy. I'm friends with these guys. That's all I could really say.
Well, yeah. He's here today because we got a lot. There's been so much going on in the world that 6'1" died. So, we had to bring on a special guest today to just help us cover the content that's going to be going on because it's just so much. Is this your first podcast?
Yeah, it is.
It is. Okay. So before we begin, because I've already said your name, so it's not like you have a choice really. But do you want your real name here or not?
I just go with Andy, so I think it's best with Andy.
Okay. Cool. So yeah. So Andy's here with us today, so to talk about a lot of different things. And honestly, I really don't know. I was trying to figure out how to segue all of this stuff together, but there's a lot. So let's start with the most interesting one, and let's start with the Boogaloo Movement. Because
The fuck?
yeah, I was very much blindsided by this when I saw this last week. There's this thing called the Boogaloo Movement, and anyone that knows me knows why I would be worried when I saw this. But the Boogaloo Movement, it doesnn have anything to do with me, unfortunately.
Surprising.
Yeah, no, it's actually a supremacist group. I was reading about these guys. They basically they attack police. That's the only way to really put it. Like, they kind of take the law into their own hands. They're anti-government, and they've been known to like kind of do a lot of bad things to police officers and incite violence to police officers. So it was fun to read about that. And I only found out about this because on Twitter a while back there was this dude who he was dealing with the FBI, federal agent, one of the guys, a part of the Boogaloo Movement. I guess he's still at large. And so I was like, okay, that's cool. And then I started looking into it, right? And then turns out he was in Monterey. He was in Monterey County for a bit, doing his thing. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And then I saw again, he was in Oakland and was charged with attacking the 2 police officers. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is scary. This dude's following me.
Facts.
And he looks nothing like me. He's Mexican, I think. Or he's Arab, or he's not black, is the point. But they are far right and they are extremist. I don't know if they're dangerous though to like civilians. Because it seems like they're on the side of protesters. They're just more so, you know, they don't like police. So it's really weird. But that's what I was really shocked. I can show you guys what their emblems look like, because once you see it.
So hold on. Since you're still Father Boogaloo, right?
Yeah.
Like, do I start talking to social medias telling you're the leader or what?
So that's
Should I start interviewing you?
I was like, I might have to change my name. Just to a certain extent, only because one, the word Boogaloo actually has a definition. And
it does.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's not a good definition. Like, it's a pretty bad definition.
I'm thinking of Boogaloo. That's like the thing you sleep on or some shit.
Nah, I remember.
Different.
Where is it? Let me see. What is a Boogaloo military? No, that's not it. I saw it on like. It was just a really weird term, because there's a ton of different things. Because Boogaloo came from a lot of different origins, but the particular one that they were talking about for this group, I remember they said that it was just basically a group that, you know, it's like the ultimate amount of violence, or somewhere along that line. It's not good, you know, like it's to represent something completely violent and hateful or whatever. And I was like, well, shit, I was thinking about this when I was playing Warzone, because my tag says beware Father Boogaloo. So it was like,
what the fuck?
So it's like, in context with that definition, it's like beware father of the greatest amount of violence possible. Like, you know, it's scary. It was scary. I'm like, I might just start officially going by FatherB just to shorten it. Because that seems safer. And in the off chance that this Boogaloo movement actually becomes like more of a terrorist type of situation, or, you know,
yeah,
it was insane. So I was like, I gotta change.
You don't want to be the father of that, huh?
Yeah, I was like, well, that's some shit.
You gotta rebrand.
Yeah, but it's wild. The Boogaloo movement. It doesn't seem like nothing crazy has been really happening with them this week. It was really last week where they had that dude that was caught. But they wear Hawaiian shirts. That's how you can pretty much point them out. They're basically wear Hawaiian shirts. They have a weird emblem. Let me see if I can find a good picture of. Let me just see if I can find the full Boogaloo attire. Yeah, here we go. They're white people, so like, you know, they're white. But how do I do this? There we go. Go live. So yeah, this picture here is of the Boogaloo movement individuals, those who support. And it's
shit,
really crazy.
Assault rifles.
It's really crazy.
I didn't think they'd be armed. I thought they were going in there like, you know, tooth and nail type situation.
No, yeah, they're armed.
Dude, this is literally a cult, straight up. Like, it's the whole Hawaiian shirt and everything. This is like the whitest cult I've ever seen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Even this thing has a Supreme Boogaloo. It's like, it's the funniest and weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Like, imagine like if you were at the top of your game right now and that shit was going on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, thank God I'm not
They're like,
famous.
free Boogaloo.
Like I could only imagine. And then here's the scariest and the most fucked up thing is like, well, let's say I do get famous later in life. What if this comes back around? Like, you know, how do I explain
His name was Boogaloo back when the Boogaloo people were killing cops.
Yeah,
what do
Antifa?
You would have to start. Yeah, you would have to like tweet out like a whole thing about it. You're gonna have to make a whole big deal out of that.
I'm saying, dude.
I had the name way before.
Yeah, this is their patch. Yeah, so this is the patch I saw on Instagram that was weird. But yeah, I don't remember if they're ex-military people or current military people, or there's something to do with the military or army, or, you know, that, because that's where a lot of them seem to be coming from. And it's really weird. Because they've been at a lot of different protests around the country. And that's the thing. And the thing is, I honestly don't know to what extent they are a danger. Because, again, they are only attacking police. So it's kind of like, do I do something? Do I not? Like, you know, it's really weird. The
choices you make right now are going to define your future forever.
Yeah.
Because as of now, you are directly linked to these people. You are their leader.
Yeah, it's really wild. It's really wild. But I mean, I'm not gonna even worry about it until someone completely random brings it up to me. Like that's when I will worry.
Are you the Father Boogaloo?
Right. Like
I might be.
I can imagine someone coming to my door like, "Hey, yeah, we heard Father Boogaloo lives here." Like what? Like looking for answers or like a direction or leadership. I'm like, whoa, you know, like that'd
What's
be
our
hella
next
scary.
move, Father?
But that's just the tip of the iceberg of what's been going on. The Boogaloo movement is really just the start. I love this guy's entire outfit. Man. And the fucked up thing, I recently got, it's not a Hawaiian shirt per se, but it's definitely, like, it's a button-up shirt that's short-sleeved, and it has flamingos on it that I got. So
You're fucked.
I don't...
Game's over.
Yeah, game's over, dude.
You're about to get some emails.
Man. And then the saddest part, I've been trashing Trump on Twitter too, like for the past few days. So it's like, if FBI is watching,
It adds up.
yeah, they're probably keeping an eye on me too. But that's I don't know. The Boogaloo movement, it's scary. It's scaring me. It's scaring me. I just hope not to see anything more about it, because the only reason why I even saw this was because of Twitter, and everything we're gonna talk about today is because of Twitter. And let's first point out, shout out to New Zealand, because they were COVID free for a while.
Oh yeah.
That's what's up.
Like they were COVID free, and that was amazing. And then 2 people from the UK ruined it. So
Did they? I did not know that. I knew that they were COVID free, but I did not know they just ruined it like that. Wow.
So yeah,
they
basically
enforced some like travel ban.
No, yeah. So basically, they were COVID free. Like they had. This is where I feel like we'll get into this a little bit more in depth too. But like they were basically COVID free because everybody stayed inside. You know, everybody did the quarantine, and so all their cases basically got dropped, and they discharged the last person sometime last week or whatever when I saw the thing. But then a few days later, I saw again on Twitter that they had 2 more cases of COVID coming in from the UK. So I was like, that's hella fucked up. And then they have to kind of go back into the whole process again. So imagine. That's so annoying. That's so annoying that, like, imagine if you're one of those 2 people, you're literally the person that ruined it for everybody. Like, that's
Really? For everyone.
I couldn't live with myself. Like, I would be so upset. And then it's so sad because the video they showed of the last New Zealand hospital closing, you know, because they cured everybody. It was so cool because it was just so many doctors kind of like in a long ass line, taking off their mask and gloves and shutting the doors, you know, finally successful, happy to get back to a normal life. And then 2 more cases, and then they're like,
fuck.
You know, like
the Mike Wazowski meme with the Sullivan face.
It's so annoying. I gotta see. I don't think I made a thing for it on my Twitter because that was the thing. I've also been learning how Twitter works. I finally know how to interact on Twitter, and it's been fun. But I didn't save the post that I saw it on. I don't think, because it was, I didn't save it, but it was at the same time I was seeing all this other nonsense. But anyway, here's the thing. I think New Zealand is doing right, and I think that we could do it, but America is not. I don't think we're in the state of mind to. What they basically did was, the minute they got out of quarantine, they started their protesting. They did all their protesting. They did a ton of different protests, and it was kind of cool. I was like, that's smart. They did the COVID first, and then they responded to the stuff that's going on. And I think that's what we should do, you know, because we got people that are protesting, but they are wearing masks and all that. But I'm like, when I was thinking about it, I was like, let's just stay inside for a while. Let's get rid of one problem first, and then let's go in and march and do this, you know, because we have so many new cases, thousands of new cases in the country right now. It's ridiculous.
And it's a damn shame too, because this is an excellent movement to give light on the bullshit that's been happening in the United States.
Yeah.
But we're doing it, you know, right as we're in one of the worst pandemics, you know, in the turn of the turn of this year. So
yeah,
fuck, man.
exactly. I don't. Someone just texted me Happy Father's Day. I don't. I don't.
Jeez.
I don't know. Bro,
Father's Day, Father's Day.
right? Like I was gonna say, like
Makes sense.
I was low key gonna make a post and be like, not to say someone should tell me it's Father's Day because I'm technically, you know, father, but like, you know, no big deal. And then I get but I'm assuming it's for my dad because I have his old phone number. But I was waiting, so I think God is real. I think
possibly
because a lot's been going on in general, but I like that New Zealand did what they did as far as that goes, and I don't think America will ever be able to do that. I don't think the more I see everything that's happening and the more of the world falling apart, I think this whole us being in quarantine or having to wear a face mask is going to be here at least for the majority of the 2020s. Like I would say at least until 2023.
We're already halfway. 2023.
I really think so because we're already halfway through this year and we have made no progress on containing this pandemic.
No.
And it's only getting worse because I was thinking about this last night. The system is falling apart and that's why all this stuff is happening. That's not just Black Lives Matter, but like when we get into what's happening on Twitter, it's because the system is legit falling apart. And I think it's going to take a very long time for us to recover from it. Everything that we once understood is literally Chicken Little. The world is the sky is falling.
The sky is falling, dude. What's happening right here is setting a standard for how we take on things in the future, dude.
Yeah, and it sucks, but let's get into the cancel culture since we're
I've heard of that.
Yeah, cancel culture is strong right now, dude.
That's gonna happen to you in a few years.
I'm telling you.
I'm waiting on it.
So, I mean, there's a lot of different things trying to get canceled. There's a lot, and we could go on forever about all of it. But, Andy, what's your biggest thing that's trying to be canceled right now?
Okay, so a few days ago, I saw Burger King trying to get canceled, and the only reason that was the case was because some Taylor Swift stan asked Wendy's, "Hey, what's your favorite Taylor Swift album?" I don't know what they responded. It was something pretty generic. It was an actual album. And then someone asked Burger King the very same question. "Hey, Burger King, what's your favorite Taylor Swift album?" And they were like, "Oh, the one where they talk about their ex, or the songs that they talk about their ex." And you know, everybody lost their shit after that, and they were like, "Wow, like Burger King really disrespecting Miss Taylor Swift like that? No, you can't do that. Like you're gonna get canceled." And that was literally it. Like there was nothing, you know, other than just insulting like an artist from like their actual like personality traits. Like, come on, guys, you can do better than that. And they also tried to cancel like Tom Holland, Chris Evans. What's the actor from the Office? I don't know The Office.
It depends.
They cancel so many people that is unnecessary. It's just not even funny at this point.
Yeah, this is really the true coronavirus at its best. This is the true infection. Is this cancel thing? Like everybody's finding every reason in the book to try and get something that they don't agree with or don't like to just, you know, be canceled, I guess. And David, do you have anything else to add before I go on a rant?
I recently saw a video explaining cancel culture. I don't have any examples at the moment, but it's a very shitty, very terrible very terrible thing to do to someone or some entity to bring up their past.
Yeah.
And have them canceled for it, especially over the petty shit, the little things that don't matter. In like the Taylor Swift thing, like Taylor Swift's gonna be all right. Shit like that, man. Like it sucks.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the thing. I don't understand. When I first saw it, I was like, okay, what the fuck does that mean, cancel? He's not a fuck. Okay, because the first time I saw it was with Chris D'Elia. And I was like, the fuck you mean cancel? You didn't order him, like, you know? Like, what do you mean cancel him? Like, cancel a show he's trying to do or something? So I was confused, and then they were talking about these women coming forward about quote-unquote sexual assault. And I saw the tweets, and I saw the screenshots of it, and I think I have a thing for it, because I made a comment about it, and someone answered it. At first, I got scared, because the tweet basically showed an email between Chris D'Elia and this chick where he was like, let's hang out. And then, if you don't know who Chris D'Elia is, then I could see where you get, where you get confused or misled. But the way he basically talked in the email is exactly the way he would talk when he's making a joke. If I could find, because I've also been getting, since I've learned how Twitter works, I've been getting a lot of likes on some things. So it's like every now and again. Here we go. So I have to put my screen live again so you can see what the original, or what the tweet, one of the messages was that started this whole cancel thing for at least this guy. But they were talking about when they stayed in this hotel or whatever. And is this the one with the yeah. So here they blocked off, and I'm assuming they blocked off the email part because of something I said. I said something, and I think this is what. But if you read this message, it says, "I'm in Temp, let's hang," and it says, "Do you want to meet up tonight?" And he was like, "Yes, can we make out?" Now, if you know Chris D'Elia, and you listen to his podcast, see his stand-up shows, or just know him as a person, this sounds 100% like him being sarcastic. This sounds 100% like him joking and making fun of you for saying, "Can we meet up tonight?" like a bunch of little teenage girls. You know? Like, that, to me, is 100% his thought process. And they blocked out the other part of his email because it says @rocketmail.com. Now, what the fuck is Rocket Mail?
Never heard of Rocket Mail.
So, my theory is this shit is a complete fake. It's 100% fake. Because what the fuck is Rocket Mail? And if it's a real thing, I guarantee you Chris D'Elia will not be using fucking Rocket Mail. Like, I guarantee... Like, he would laugh at it, if anything. He would make jokes about Rocket Mail for 5 minutes straight. Like, and I didn't catch it until the second time I looked at the tweet. Because I was like, okay, if this is real, it doesn't really matter now because Chris D'Elia is married. He has a whole kid. He's 40. Like, he literally... I highly doubt that was him now. But the fact that it says Rocket Mail makes me question it. Because I'm like, this sounds fake. Like, Rocket Mail sounds fake. And it was so weird. It was so weird to see it. And so many people were bashing him. And that's when I started learning about the cancel thing. And I'm like, this shit's stupid. You're just finding reason. You're just supporting something that you don't agree with, even if you don't know if it's true. And I'm like, it's been so much every day when I look on Twitter that it's like, what am I doing? Where was it? I gotta look at my notes. Fucking, where is it? We'll get to The Last of Us 2 and PlayStation 5 today too, because there's a lot in that department too. But have you guys been seeing these statues that people have been tearing down?
Yeah.
They lent like a Confederate statue of them, right? Like they just hung it from like a light, like a traffic light.
Yeah. So my thoughts on this: do what you want when it's a bad statue. Sure, it's a statue of a slave owner. Okay, but they tore down Ulysses S. Grant's statue, but he didn't do anything. Like,
didn't he like the general for the good guys?
He was on the good guy. The only reason why they did it is because he owned one slave that he got from his father as a gift, which he later then freed. Like, I got pissed off because I'm like, this is the shit I hate to see. This is the shit that makes everybody hate people, because it's like, you're just doing stuff just to do it, and then you're doing it for the sake of a movement, and then you're tainting the movement for doing this dumb shit. Like, you know, I don't know. All this, it's like, I'm seeing all these things. I saw Pizza Hut on Twitter at one point. It's still on Twitter, actually. It's Tom Petty. Well, he's not trying to get canceled because, he's dead. But it's like, it's a really unique time to be on Twitter. Like, a very unique time, because you will see something on there that catches your attention every day, every single day. Nick Miller was trending on Twitter. No clue why. He was just like, things are trending on Twitter for no reason at all. It's so strange, because I try and look and I'm like, okay, there has to be a reason. There legit has to be a reason for this specific thing. And then it's like, I look and it's like people are literally saying, I came on Twitter to see why this specific thing is trending. It's only trending because everybody's trying to see why it's trending. So I'm like, what the fuck? It doesn't, you know? I'm lost. I can say for a fact that I am genuinely lost in what's happening. But
Yeah, some random things do trend online, and it's just really weird too. Like, there's no explanation for it, and people are like, "Oh, since this is trending, I might as well start talking about it too." And I'm like, "Okay, but I'm trying to get down to like, why is it trending? Like I want to know if this is a good thing, is it a bad thing, is there something going on, is this serious, is it not serious? What's the news, what's the deal?" But no one's giving anything. No support for it.
Yep, and even as we speak, they're trying to defund NPR. So I don't, it's the world. Okay, I was gonna say this at the beginning, but I'm depressed at this point. Like, I have never been so depressed in my life, and the only way I can genuinely say that is because of two things. One, because for the past 2-3 days, I've sat in the fetal position on my bed for hours on end, like involuntarily.
Jesus.
Like, I've never done that before, and I've done that for the past few days because I've just haven't. Okay, I've posted this on Snapchat before. Like, where only 14% of Americans are happy, and
right,
it's genuinely believable. Like, my little sister, she saw me, or she was hanging out with me the other day, and she was even saying like, I haven't seen you smile much. I've only seen you smile like 2 or 3 times. And
how cute.
yeah, and I was like, well, yeah, I'm sorry, but there's just really not much to really be excited about or happy about these days, And I was like, that's crazy. We're 100 years ago, the 1920s. Like, we're just repeating history right now. It's insane. I don't know what to do. I'm also out of weed, so it's been a real struggle. But
oh shit,
I don't know, man.
Yeah, bro, we're doomed to repeat history
We are.
if we don't educate and change.
If things are going accordingly, well, we can invest in stocks until the very end of the decade, and then once that shit crashes, we're good.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, this at least coronavirus, as far as I can tell, it's gonna be here for at least another year or two, because we're not worried. No one in the country is really worried about the coronavirus. I even saw a post. This is how far back we are on the post, or on the pandemic. There was literally a post that says people are now required to wear masks outside, and I was like, wasn't that always the case for the past 5 months? Like, are you telling me you're just now telling me that? Like, why is this just now? It was on Twitter again, but like, I'm like, why is this new information? Why is this new? Why are people reading this as if we are not aware that we are still in a pandemic? So it's like, based on what we're going through, this shit's gonna be here for a while.
Yep.
And I don't know how much more America itself is gonna last, to be honest, because people are turning up missing, like Black people, Latino people are turning up missing, or worse, and it's scary. It's a really scary time to be in. I haven't been outside in 2 weeks. Like, legit, or at least, or when I say outside, I haven't been like anywhere like from point A to point B. I've only gone to like my dad's house, and that's about it. But I don't want to go too far, because people are legit turning up missing, and it's really strange. It's really strange, and just be safe, I guess. But
Absolutely.
let's the last thing I want to mention, last 2 things, in this Twitter. Well, I will. Okay, there's not the last 2 things, but Megan Fox is dating MGK. I don't know how that happened, but
Machine Gun Kelly.
yeah, I don't know how that happened.
They made a video recently, a music video together.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't think it
haven't
was
seen it.
going that far.
No, I haven't seen it. But no, it was it was earlier this week. Yeah, it was. I was upset because why? Why, Megan? What are you doing?
Maybe he's a nice guy.
I don't, not in the pictures I've seen. Like, if I could find the, because if I could find the tweet.
Are you trying to cancel culture MGK, bro?
No, you already know. People already know I don't like MGK in general because it's MGK. But I found a tweet that shows it. I got it. Is my screen still live? Yeah. Okay. But this is the tweet where Megan, because I didn't know he dated Summer Rae for a second. I was like, also, what the fuck? And Chantel Jeffries, whoever that is. But you know, it's really strange. And then the only thing that makes me confused and that they're against his will or their will is that none of the females look happy. They don't seem to be having a good time, especially Megan Fox. In this picture, she looks so upset. Like, she looks like she doesn't want to be there. She looks like a little kid forced by her parent to go to some event or some party, and she's stuck there. She doesn't know anybody, you know?
That's basically how I see Kim Kardashian as like Kanye West, to be honest.
That's crazy.
So fucking done with the whole marriage and everything, and the kid. You know, she's out of popularity because she was a porn star, but you know, now she's with the musician or whatever you can say.
I don't know. This is when I realized things are going bad. I was like, oh, this is the apocalypse. Like,
when MGK dates Megan Fox,
yes,
the world's gonna fucking end.
I was like, okay, so this is the apocalypse. And then when we saw, because here we go, get ready to switch gears. When Belle Delphine posted her video, I was like, okay.
I saw that one too. I
was like, okay, this is where we are now. Lord, you are sending the worst to America, one piece at a time. Like, it's insane. I don't know. I don't know what America did. Well, I mean, I guess we had it coming, but like, it's just one thing after another, and it just keeps getting worse. Like, I really don't know who else is gonna come out of the woodwork, you know? World War III is still going on.
Oh no, definitely, dude.
Like, I'm speechless half the time. I'm just
like, I'm convinced we're supposed to die by the end of 2020, dude. Like, World War III, yeah, you know, the one where we like America bombed Iran or I don't know what country it was. Yeah, no, that's still prevalent because North Korea attacked South Korea's embassy. Like, dude, like, we're trying to be in peaceful terms with you, and you're over here showing this like violence. We're doomed. Like, we're gonna get in a war like pretty soon.
I'm telling you, man, it's ridiculous. And then they also put Dead Space 3 on Steam. So I'm like, what the fuck, you know? Like,
okay.
It's so much. It's just so much. It's really just too much to handle because
I don't know. I don't know. The last thing I want to talk about on Twitter before we get into the PlayStation 5 and just, I guess, gaming in general. But the rally that happened yesterday. Shout out to TikTok users. And this is the only time I'll ever say that.
Shout out to TikTok users.
Right? Like, they did something right. They did something right and something cool. They apparently, K-pop stans and TikTok users, right? They bought a bunch of his tickets just so that way there'd be empty seats. I think that was pretty cool. I think that was...
They bought whose tickets?
Trump's rally in Oklahoma. They bought all of it.
They bought a bunch of tickets so they couldn't show up.
Yeah, so because
That's
I guess he made a big thing
hilarious.
about it, you know.
I mean, to be fair, they're still supporting him in a sense.
Yeah, they're still supporting him in some way, but like, at least the message behind it was like, we're gonna do this just to fuck with you, you know.
That is true. Using your money to fuck with you.
Yeah, which is funny. It was funny when I saw it because I was like, I wouldn't have expected that to happen, and nor do I understand how this even happened. Was there a message that was sent out? Like, was this a sleeper cell type of thing? Because it's weird. It's literally the two things in the world that I could care less about: TikTok users and K-pop stan. Like, what? Of all people? Like, it's really weird.
Trust me. They could be good guys when they want to. When the Black Lives Matter movement happened, I think they were like spamming on the White Lives Matter tag. and they just kept putting like their K-pop stars on there.
Jesus,
To do justice. It's just it really depends.
that's crazy. That's really. I don't know. I was really. That was honestly the. I almost wanted to scream out loud when I saw it because it was just like. It was the only thing I could really just say about all this is just it's so strange. I don't know. Has this really been what the internet or at least Twitter has always been like? Because I can't believe this is how it is. Cole Sprouse just got accused of allegations. My boy Cody from Zack and Cody, in case you don't know who Cole Sprouse is. Cole Sprouse, who also plays I'm blanking on the damn name from Riverdale. Jughead. Yeah. So
As Dylan says.
I wonder what the goal is because let's say in reality all this is all just bullshit, right? Like none of these allegations are actually true. What are they hoping to gain? Did they really hate Zack and Cody that much growing up? Like, you know? And it's like even then the show's over. Like what are they hoping to gain from all this stuff? I don't know. Like it seems like there's something new. It's starting to make me wonder if I did something, you know, somewhere down the road because it's a new person every day. It's a new person every day apparently. And the only conspiracy I have about it is that this is secretly some type of anti-black movement people that are trying to get us to steer away from the movement because we have all these allegations going out. It's starting to take away a lot of attention from the movement. When it gets to a certain degree, you know. So that to me, that's the only thing. It's like they're trying to silence the Black Lives Matter movement by accusing all these seemingly major celebrities, you know, of assault and rape and all these other things to get everybody's attention on something else. So that's my theory, but it has to be proven first. Because Chris D'Elia, he made a comment saying that, you know, that's not what happened. And that's the only other reason why I don't believe it. Because one, if Chris D'Elia did that, he would have been made videos about it. I follow him on Instagram. I haven't seen a single Instagram post about it. I follow him on Twitter. Not a single Twitter comment he's made about it. So to me, when celebrities don't respond to certain shit, it's like that must mean it's not 100% true, or they know this shit's just, you know, some type of stunt or whatever. So
that's true.
I mean, he commented on TMZ, but it's TMZ. You know, I'm pretty sure they try and get in your ass to get answers, but it's I don't know. I want to see how this all turns out. I want to see who's going to be next on the allegation charges, because
it could be random.
Right, like spin the SpongeBob's gay. In case you didn't know, like
SpongeBob's gay for some fucking reason.
And I don't have a problem with it, but was this really the time to tell us? Like, does it matter? Like, and then
I think he was asexual, but
yeah, that's what the guy said.
Yeah,
The creator, he's like, SpongeBob's asexual. He doesn't swing either way.
And then I saw a meme about it. I saw a meme where they were like, I don't think it should matter whether SpongeBob's gay or not, because I don't want kids thinking about whether SpongeBob likes cock or vagina. So I was like, that's true. That is true. It doesn't really matter whether SpongeBob's gay or not, because it's a kid's show. Why do we need kids knowing what SpongeBob likes to do when the cameras aren't rolling? You know? Like, I've been thinking about that now. Like, okay, SpongeBob's gay. What about Patrick? What about Squidward? What about Sandy? Because I thought him and Sandy had a thing. Like,
there was a comment saying that SpongeBob was trying to clap Sandy's cheeks for like 20 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have all these people thinking these things, and I understand maybe it was to show support for Pride Month or whatever, but I mean, I guess you could have just made a whole new character or something, like every other show.
That's my thing with them trying to make old Disney characters a different race to appeal to the new changes in our society. But I'd prefer if they would just make new whole characters that represent that, instead of changing up what we already have, what everyone's already used to. So same thing with SpongeBob. Like, why make him gay all of a sudden? He wasn't gay 20 years ago, but he's gay now.
Exactly.
Why not make a new
Exactly.
cartoon with a gay character? I feel like that would appeal more to people than just making SpongeBob out of nowhere fucking gay.
Right. Right. And he's a fucking sponge at that too. So
He's a
like,
sponge.
what does it? Why?
He's got the good suck, dude. I don't know. It adds up a little bit if you think about it.
Yeah. It's.
I don't know.
I don't.
You see how big his nose is? I don't know. I don't know.
It's so weird. It is. The world is turning into such a unique, or at least America is turning into such a weird place. I genuinely just want to go to New Zealand. Like, that's
At this point.
like I'm like when I get married, bro, we're going to New Zealand. That's it. Like no discussion. New Zealand has it together. And I don't know. America is really just a joke, and the president is just a joke. I can show you the last thing I said, in relation to the president, because it really. This is when I've always known, Trump is not the most human, but it wasn't until yesterday when I saw the thing about the ramp and him basically just losing his mind, and I was like, what the fuck? This dude's senile. Like so I made this tweet and I was like, this is dumb. Like, who fucking voted for you in 2016? Why are you here? People, what? I typo. I said people say it's the lesser of two evils. No, bitch, this is the lesser of two brain cells. How you call yourself the president, a father, or a man, and say some dumb shit like this. So he couldn't watch the video of George Floyd because it was over 8 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Lordy.
I was like, how? How did you get here? Like, what person passed you in elementary school? Like, his attention span and his way of life is just is like anything I've ever seen. Like, it's ridiculous, dude. It's I don't know. There's so much. And the support he has is truly unique. Like,
It is.
It really, I don't understand. I genuinely would like to be one of these people for a day, just so I could say I understand. But no, there has to be something going on. There has to be something that they're not telling us, because there's no way Hillary Clinton would have been worse. There's just no way. I honestly don't think. I think if Clinton was president, the pandemic, it probably would have still happened, but we would have been prepared for it, or at least we wouldn't have, people telling us to fucking drink disinfectant, because that's not how it works. So why is he here? Who sent him? Like, who?
He got elected because he said he would bring jobs back, and that appealed to a very big amount of people.
Everybody
So it
says they're
kinda
gonna
threw
bring
him in
jobs
there.
back. I say I'm gonna bring jobs back. Like,
I know.
I ain't done a damn.
Steve Jobs back. That's the very first thing you got to do, man.
Man.
Go in first.
Yeah, bro.
And
Americans are dumb.
we're trying to blow up the moon.
In case you didn't know.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I read
Yeah.
that. I didn't know it was a shit post. I didn't know it was fake news. But now that you're mentioning it, man,
Yeah. It's no. It's on the New York
What
Post.
do we get out of that? That's where we get waves.
Well, okay,
the
so
ocean.
I should clarify. They're not gonna literally, quote unquote, blow up the moon, but they're trying to do nuclear testing on the moon, I guess, in relation to Earth. Which, I mean, I guess. I mean, if you had to do it, yeah, let's not do it on the place, where people could potentially, get affected by it. But also, let's not do it on the place called the moon. Like, like,
why I wanted to have. It's just like, how stupid are we? Well, let me just prove it to you, buddy. Boom, there goes the moon.
yeah, and they're doing it so that way they can outdo the Soviets, and they're trying to form colonies. And I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, we aren't here yet. We aren't here yet. Like, we're not at moon nuclear warfare stage yet. Like, we can't handle Earth. I don't think we can handle the moon. So it seems like this is a real post because it's on the New York Post. And I don't read news often, or the New York Post ever, but it doesn't seem like the information that they're presenting is fake, because What the fuck am I looking? Within the report of the lunar suit is designed for use. This was laid out prior to the implementation of the Apollo era spacesuit and was actually an idea, not a final proposal. Are they wearing ice skates? They're wearing. I don't. This is so. This is also what such a coincidence for me to stop smoking for a while, because I genuinely feel like I haven't stopped smoking. It's like, the world's getting dumber, or I'm still on drugs. Like, because this is real. This is all real. These are real thoughts made by real people with real degrees, and I'm just wondering how I haven't gotten a job, like, because apparently anybody can get one. So it's one of those things. But that was the last crazy thing, because we got time. So the last thing we can look at, but I recommend looking into the moon thing, because obviously it's not every day you hear about that. But so The Last of Us 2 and the PlayStation 5 was announced in the past few days, and there's been a lot of words. There's been a lot of words. I don't know. Which one do you guys want to talk about first? PlayStation 5
PlayStation 5, dude. PlayStation 5.
Okay. Go for it.
So I think it's a really good console. I hope they do a lot of good things with the specs that they have been designing and choosing.
Mm-hmm.
So the best I have as a comparison, I'm a Switch guy. I don't know too much about like any high-end performance gaming consoles, but from what I'm seeing, PS5 is really doing their best to make it efficient for games. They're not full-on power. They're trying to do, faster loading times, faster everything. Trying to ensure that the UI is better, everything's more convenient for the person playing it. And Xbox is, on the other hand, trying to full-on muscle. Oh yeah, raw graphics. We're gonna make the best-looking games ever. The whole plan of the Xbox One S or whatever, what is it, Xbox Series X.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically the best comparison I have is the PS5 is Bruce Lee, where he's efficient in his strength and his mind and his body and everything. And the Xbox Series X is basically a super buff guy. So I guess that's my take on it.
That's interesting.
So, did you guys see the PS5 release stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Will they show everything, bro? I was like, this shit looks fire as fuck. I like the ending where they showed the PlayStation. I think it looks really sleek. I've been a PlayStation guy since I was little. I had a PlayStation 2, 3, got a 4 myself, and then I'm planning on getting the 5. Personally, when I saw the games, I didn't think they looked very crazy. The only one that looked crazy to me was Ratchet and Clank, with all the particles and shit, everything going on. That to me was like, oh, that looks fucking fire. Everything else was like, I've seen this before. This isn't anything crazy. And that's mostly because PCs have come such a long way that, consoles will forever be behind.
Yeah.
I am excited for it. I like the games that are coming out. The cat game, Stray, dude, I'm looking forward to it. I want to be a cat. I want to go on mysteries and solve issues. I saw the Xbox, the mini fridge. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. That thing looks like it weighs fucking 15 pounds. And, I mean, I'm still excited for the PlayStation 5. I am going to get it because I want to get one of the games that are coming out for it.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do understand what you're saying, Andy, and that it does look more efficient. It looks like it's going to be a little cleaner around the edges, but it's not going to be able to run at its best. As long as it's running 60 frames on like almost every game, I'm perfectly fine. I have my PC to do the hard stuff, so.
Yeah.
Hopefully it comes out at a decent price. I'm looking at $500. Anything more than that, I might have to wait.
The prices have been like a bit of a mystery since everyone's guessing like 700, 800.
Well, they leaked it though.
Plus, but Xbox, the Xbox, like one of the Xbox team for like the pricing and like marketing and everything, they said, this console can't be more than like $400, and everybody's like, wait, could it be $400?
Well, I mean,
for everything.
I was gonna say that's the thing. There's a lot of leaks about what the price is because of the UK
person or on
It was-
Amazon or
I think
whatever.
it was France.
France, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think the price that they showed most likely will be the price, because usually when I see stuff like that, I'm like, oh, okay, and then it turns out being right. Anyway, so the price, when I saw it, I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds about right. Either way, $400. The only thing that threw me was when I expected the digital version to cost more, but
I would assume so.
Cheaper.
but that was interesting. But I see why. But when I thought about it, I was like, okay, now I see
Yeah,
why
it's less.
they did that. Because now it's like you kind of, if you want to, get that extra part, then I guess you gotta. I don't know why if I'd want to pay $100 more, but it's I guess it is what it is. But it's I say it's a reasonable price considering it's a PS5. Like it's not like, I feel like if it was $200, that'd be too little, and I'd question
True.
whether it's even, if it's good. But at least if it's $500 or $400 or $300 or something like that, then I'm like, okay, I might be getting something of quality,
Quality does matter.
Yeah. And I remember, like, I don't want to forget, like, they're doing something with the controller. Apparently, like, where the feel of when you're in the game is going to, like, be real or some shit.
The
Yeah,
HD
it's
Rumble.
like the vibrations and shit. I want to get it in my hand and see what the fuck they're
Yeah.
talking about, because I have no idea
Just
what
get
they're
a
talking
Switch
about.
at that point. If you want me to be honest, just get a Switch at that point. Literally, the Joy-Cons have like HD Rumble on them, and it shocked me every time because you think, oh yeah, it's just Rumble. It's not that serious of a thing. But no, the moment you get into an actual game that incorporates that, you're like, holy shit, this thing actually feels like something inside.
Okay. Yeah, so
I feel like little balls moving in.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I'm excited to get that type of stuff. That reminds me of, like, with the PS Vita, because the only reason why I really wanted the PS Vita was, one, because it had 2 analog sticks, and because of the back, like when the back touchscreen, I was like, that's hella cool. I've never seen that, so that's the thing I do like, at least about PlayStation. They do try and think a little bit outside of the box, and push the envelope to do something new and unseen. But I agree with some of the comments some people are saying about the games that are coming out. It seems like it's a lot of indie games.
Yeah, true.
Generic games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Personally, I've read a lot, or I've heard a lot about what's going to be happening with the Miles Morales Spider-Man. And I don't know how I feel about it, because they say, I've read recently that it's not going to be as long, or it's not going to be as long as a AAA game. It's kind of like a necessary story to continue the universe or whatever. But I'm like, just make it a full
DLC?
game, because clearly people like Miles Morales a lot more. They like Miles Morales a lot more than I thought anybody would in ever, because I didn't even know who the nigga
Dude, that
was.
Spider-Verse movie was excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Miles.
Yeah, so I'm like, they should have put their ass into that shit. Make it a full game, add PlayStation Plus.
I agree, dude. They should have made it a completely big game. Just make sure that, fans would enjoy it completely.
Yeah, unless they're planning on doing, because since there is a sequel for the original Spider-Man game coming out, my only hope is that they are planning to do something even better with, following that game. And this is kind of just like a little preview. And I guess that's where society kind of sucks, because we're impatient. But
Yeah.
it'd be sucky if, like, nothing good came past that Miles Morales drop. And Horizon Zero Dawn 2, like, I'm excited for that one.
I don't care. You're having sex with dinosaurs.
No,
you already
you're
know
not.
that.
No, you're not. No, you're not. I loved
no.
Horizon Zero Dawn, so I'm really excited for. I don't know if the story's gonna be good, but I'm excited for the graphics, and that's really all I care for. Like, if a game looks nice, then I could give two craps for the most part. As long as it gets the job done for me, like, then I'll play it.
I'm excited for Godfall. I don't know if you guys recall that one, but it's like the one with the crazy armor and shit. They were playing the
Wait, what?
hype music in the background.
Which one?
It's called Godfall.
Godfall. Let me look it up.
It had something else after that,
I
but
got, because there was a lot. Yeah, there was a lot. I remember
yeah.
I was looking at the chat on Twitch when they were dropping the games, and it was just so funny watching people try and guess what the games were. It was like it was so off just to be funny, and someone was like, this Minecraft in real life looks pretty dope." But it was Resident Evil 8. I was like, "That's hella funny." It was so funny. There's some Twitch communities that you just have to love because people on there are just so wholesome. They're just so nice.
Did you see the GTA shit they pulled, man?
Oh yeah, I bought GTA.
I was shaking my head.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that you played Elder Scrolls for about an hour, and then you hopped on Grand Theft Auto and you robbed your first store. I saw the achievements.
Yeah, I've been playing GTA.
I was like, what
5,
are you doing, bro?
It was only $15 when I bought it, so I was like, might as well, because it got so much hype.
I'm about to re-download it. We should play it.
Yeah, because I plan on taking over. I stated this in the last episode, but I plan on ruling over in GTA 5. My goal is to
You're
every
about
time
7 years too late. Game came out in 2013.
It doesn't matter.
Bro.
People still play it now, so that means every time, whenever someone logs on, I want them to be working for me. That's the goal I plan on. No matter what, at least one person is working for me every time I log on. That's gonna be the goal.
Yeah, just make a crew, bro.
But honestly, I doubt I'll keep with it because GTA. I mean, we're not gonna talk much more about GTA, but it's just I don't know. It's one of those games. Either you understand how it works or you don't. And I'm still.
What's there to understand, bro? You go around, you rob stores, do you do missions?
Yeah, but like the aiming to me isn't always the best. Like, why is the reticle a fucking millimeter wide? Like,
do you aim?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like you do.
I do, but it's like, and then the running, it pisses me off. I mean, because like before I was playing all that, I was playing Elder Scrolls and what was this? And in Warzone, and so the mechanics and stuff are all different. So it's like a major adjustment that I had to get used to.
Completely switching games.
Yeah, I've been switching between so many different games that it's like you forget how to play. But I don't know. Hopefully they do come out with a new GTA game or something down the line because it sounds like everybody's getting pissed with GTA 5 just kind of being rehashed or whatever.
Yeah. Being milked out of the bone, dude. Not even out of the cow, the bone.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun though. I guess. I mean, I get some fun out of it. I've seen some funny shit.
It's the only one of its kind, bro.
Mm-hmm. But
GTA changed the world.
Yeah, it's a nice game, but let's talk about the real masterpiece of the century, and that is The Last of Us Part 2.
You guys have the floor, bro. That game bores the fuck out of me.
So yeah, go ahead.
I have not played it personally, but I've seen reviews of the second game, and I've heard that the very first game is very well made, and it's one of the best games ever of the century, or it's just the best of the best, top tier game. But I found out that the second one had some controversy from the beginning, from the director not letting the employees not working from home or just even going back home in general. Also, there was like a very controversial transsexual scene or sex scene, which I don't personally have an issue with. I think the issue I have with that scene is the fact that they didn't censor that, but they censor like all kinds of like anime titties. So like Sony's very picky on what they want to censor. So it's like, Sony, you had a trans sex scene right there, but you're not giving us, anime titties. Like, what's going on, bro? Like, I'm cool with both, but like, you're not letting me have that,
Oh, I see.
There's also the fact that they compare this game to like The Last Jedi, or the movie, where like it's a really good game if it wasn't The Last of Us 2, I guess. A lot of people complain about the story not being that great. People complain about the characters not being that great, and how like it was poorly directed. The direction of everything was just not entirely well done, and it's just like, what's the point of the game if you didn't fulfill the ending? The ending doesn't feel that fulfilling, from what I'm hearing.
True. Yeah. So that pretty much is what the majority is saying about it, and it's kind of sad because I wanted to buy the game, and I wish I would have bought it when I had the money to, or pre-ordered it when I had the money to, but I've only seen the reviews. I've watched Critical's or Charlie's video on the Moist Meter, about it, and I watched a little bit of his gameplay of it, and I read what happens at the end, and why people are upset with the game itself. And I mean, the way I personally see it is like, it's a zombie game. Did you kill zombies? Yes. So what the fuck are you complaining about? You know, like that's the only thing you should be mad about. Like I would be genuinely upset if I went through that entire game and only killed like 2 zombies or something. But it sounds like everybody's reasons for not liking the game, the only one that's genuine is that the story just doesn't seem like it was a good follow-up to the first one, which is fair. I think they could have went a ton of different ways, considering, like, just going off the title alone, The Last of Us is like, just make it about the civilization dying. Like, only so many humans are left, and you gotta, figure out a way to preserve. Or the fact that, the thing that pisses me off is, like, this game is so far into the apocalypse or whatever that you should be expecting, some weird mutations going on, or seeing humans struggle because of the fact that the infected are mutating at a rapid rate or something like that. But it doesn't seem like that's the case. And it's like they missed a really big mark on the game, which I guess Charlie seemed to really focus on, like, they really hammered into the whole revenge thing on the game. Like, revenge is bad or whatever, and that was their only focus. Which I agree. I don't think that should have been the focus, because I could give two shits about revenge. Like, it seems like the game isn't going to be as action packed or as exciting as the first one, which I guess, but the only other thing I could
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say the only other thing I could think of is because it's called Part 2. So it's like, if you think of it as, like, let's say the Part 1 and Part 2 are just one big game, then it would make sense a little bit, in the extent that this is years after and they're still, it seems like it's all still happening back to back. But since the games are so far apart, I think everybody expected something,
sequel.
Yeah, like the sequel to not literally just be about small shit like that. So I don't know.
Yeah. As a film major, there's like this whole checklist on like how to make the perfect sequel. It doesn't have to be the perfect movie, but the perfect sequel, which is basically how you like continue on your story and so on. Essentially, you just want to expand on everything, and I don't know how much they do on that. To be honest, like I said, I've never played the game, but you want to expand on the characters, the stories. You want to give them more obstacles for them to overcome. You want to, explain some other things that isn't, introduced in the first one, and open up the world to, make it more, enjoyable for everyone to have. Yeah, it's post-apocalyptic. Yeah, it's the United States. Yeah, you may or may not have seen how the whole outbreak happened, but you want to elaborate on it.
They could have went to China or something. They could have did a ton of things.
Like looked for a cure if that wasn't the case. I'm not so sure. Like I said, I've never played the game.
Well, no, yeah. Go ahead, David.
So I'm looking. I did some research on the scene. I just watched it, and number one, this chick is buff.
Yeah,
bro.
Dinah's buff as fuck. Yeah, or Abby.
Her
Abby,
biceps are massive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's huge. And then, like, I don't know anything about this. I don't know any story behind this, but I'm watching it and I'm wondering, like, what the fuck is going on?
So
yeah,
from what I can tell from what Charlie's review is, because even though I read about the ending, I still don't want to spoil the entire game for myself. But from what he told me, it just seems like the story itself doesn't make a lot of sense. It kind of jumped, like, the funnest parts, seems like when there are flashback moments, but even the flashbacks seem out of order. But he says, like, those seem to be the most interesting parts. But yeah, a lot of it doesn't make sense. He says, like, a lot of the characters are forgettable. Main characters die that you don't care about, and it's just basically a shit show.
Yeah, and the fact that it's also a revenge plot, and the fact that the revenge was never, it never happened in the end. So it's like, what's the whole point of this? What's the whole point of the game if you never got to revenge? Yeah,
and I mean, my biggest deal, I guess, is that it sounds like Joel is a very minor character in the game, which pisses me off because he was a badass in the first one. So, make him do something instead of play a guitar. So that's my opinion, but I haven't played it yet, so I'm curious when I do play it. But it's weird. It's it's unfortunate. I know a lot of people were upset, or a lot of people made comments about the fact that Ellie was gay, and I was so confused. I was like, did you guys not?
That was revealed a while ago.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
I was like, I didn't even play the DLC and I knew it. Like,
I don't even play the game and I knew that shit.
right. So I was like, I don't get it. Why is everybody upset? I don't know if it's because the fact that it came out during Pride Month or the timing of it, but I'm like, it's not that, she still kills zombies. Like, she does. But I don't know. I personally want to play the game myself and see how I feel about it, because I think, for me, like I said, as long as I get to kill zombies, it doesn't really matter. Like, people hate Dead Rising 4, but I'm like, as long as I kill zombies, bro, I don't care. Like, I don't care about the story as much. And I read Kai's, Instagram post about it, and I was talking to him about it a little bit too.
Oh, yeah.
But when I was talking to him, he hadn't gotten to the ending yet. So I'm curious to see what he thinks when he gets there, because, yeah, I think the ending is a little bit, It's not, it doesn't.
Everybody's either angry at the beginning or in the ending.
Yeah, it could have been better, unfortunately. But who knows? Maybe it is because of that controversy of the workers not being able to work from home. Maybe they got upset and so they fucked up the game. It's fucked up to the players, but the company is definitely taking a lot of hits. So, who knows? Maybe that's the reason why the whole game itself sucks, is because the creators of it were kind of forced to be in a situation they didn't want to be in, and they weren't too thrilled. They seemed thrilled to release the game. I think they started out that way, but, then the door locked.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm curious to see what other games come out this year, or I guess, in the coming months, and how they come out. Because Miles Morales looks dope, but I'm scared.
Yeah, definitely. I can see that.
Yeah. Also, that burger game, that food game, what the fuck is that?
Dude, the theme song for that was so catchy.
I don't even remember hearing it, though, to be honest.
What was it called? Like, weird?
I don't know. I'm gonna just say food game.
Bug game.
Dude, I slept in a lot of these games. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. None of these games were appealing to me.
Yeah, no, none of them were. I mean, some of them were, for me at least, but
Bug snacks.
they were fun to look at. I don't remember what they were called. I should have wrote some of the names down. I thought I did, but there were some games that were I've never heard of that I was like, whoa, I actually might want to check that out.
I wanted to see GTA 6, the new Watch Dogs game, and Godfall, and I only got Godfall. Apparently, the new Watch Dogs game was supposed to come out a few months ago, but never did for some reason.
Bug Snacks. That's what this shit is called. Yeah.
Bug Snacks was the game.
So yeah, and that's the other thing, because we're coming up on time, but it's our podcast. Who the fuck cares? But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that, because they only showed so many games, so it's not like these are all the games that are ever going to be out on PlayStation ever.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping something's going to come out, because we do still got Watch Dogs and games like Cyberpunk that are going to be coming out to be excited for. So, maybe we just got to let the indie games kind of do their thing, because indie games are important. And it's from the creator of Octodad, so it's like, you can't. I've never played Octodad.
Plus the ending of the trailer was kind of spooky, dude.
Yeah.
A little dark. I don't know if you saw that, so I don't know.
I saw
crazy.
The food thing that that I assume it eats the camera, but there's hope. I think there is hope in games that are going to be coming out. Some of the games aren't games that we want, but someone made a very important comment. I saw that, there are gamers that aren't young adults. Like, there are kids that play games.
They are.
So, not every game is going to be for you. So you just have to remember that. And that's fair.
And I heard the PS5, you could play PS4 games. It was saying something like that. Like the top 100 PS4 games you're going to be able to play on PS5.
Oh, yeah.
Compatible on the PS4. Like, I think base PS4, it will be compatible on the PS5, if I'm correct. Which is a good thing, because I just barely bought a PS4.
Yeah.
Any base PS4 games. So I think like launch games or anything in like the first few years that came out, I believe that's I don't take my word 100% on it, but I believe that's what it meant.
Yeah, I've been reading. I read about that.
GTA, et cetera, et cetera.
I read or I saw
GTA
a video.
is gonna be on there for sure.
Yeah, GTA is definitely going to be on there. But I read a video, saw a video where they were talking about this for PS5 and the Xbox, where like it the prices of the actual console might be lower than what I think we anticipate because of what it's weird. Games may not there may not be as many games you can play on your PS5 as you think because of the price of the actual console, or it was some weird shit like that because they have to bring back revenue from people buying the console itself. Or like for those who buy the digital versus the standard, So I think they plan on it. It's either the Xbox or the PlayStation. One of those. They say you might end up having to rebuy games that you already have because they may not make it available. Oh, that's what it was. Some company, PlayStation, is leaving it up to the companies to decide if their games will be able to be crossed over to the PlayStation 5, or you will need to have to buy a new version.
Oh shit.
That's what and I was like, that's crazy because it's a company's gonna have to decide. They have that choice to say, yeah, you can play this game on both PS4 and PS5, or no, you're gonna have to buy a whole new version, and that's gonna be based on. I think it's gonna be based on either the price of the PS4 when it officially comes out, or based on how many people actually buy the console. So it's really interesting to see what's gonna happen there too, because I will refuse to buy. I've bought some games over again, but I'm not doing that again. So
yeah,
they got to make that work because that's the whole reason why I'd get a PS5. I heard a while back there was rumors where you could play PS2 games or something like that, and I was like,
it was reverse compatible with everything, and they had like patented a AI, I believe, or some kind of program that was able to read all kinds of discs from PS1 to PS4, and that was able to basically just run any game.
Yeah, so I'm hoping they fix this shit because it's supposed to be coming out, I'm guessing, around Christmas time. And I'm assuming they do that because they know college students will be getting their financial aid by that point, so,
No, it's because that's when kids get their shit.
I mean, but like, we're all young adults. Okay, other side note, there's a second side note, but most people that buy PlayStations and Xboxes are young adults, college students. Well, I don't know how many college students, but young adults, and we don't get money till around that time.
November.
So it's like, it's kind of a smart play. Wait till all the kids have a lot of money so that way they could spend over half of it, on all this shit. And the other side note is that everybody that was born in our same year is turning 21 this year, if not give or take a few months. That's crazy. Like,
Facts.
That's really weird.
Yeah, everyone in 99 or 98.
Like the world,
we're all
shit's about
21,
to go down. Shit's about to go down.
About to hit 21. Yep.
I was thinking, because I saw someone turn 20. I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to turn 21. This person's about to turn 21.
Honestly.
Like, damn. We're all going to get old and die at the same time. It's crazy. But it's
just about.
Cool. It's cool. I saw this is my last comment, and then we could wrap up. I saw a thing where they were like, the old homes are just going to be people watching The Office and playing Smash in like a few decades or something. And I was like, I believe it. I believe it.
Facts.
Senior homes are going to be lit when we're 60.
On the Nintendo Switch X.
It's going to be surprising.
Super Smash 69.
Yeah, it's going to be like, oh shit, you're still alive, bro. Get the Switch, Like, that's going to be the best time to be alive. But yeah. So that's pretty much all the topics I had for the podcast. If y'all don't have anything pertinent, we can wrap up.
No, I think I'm cool.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
Excellent. Well, this was fun. I forget to do this, but I want to start doing this. Thank you for listening to the Young Talk podcast for one thing. We appreciate the support. For those who do listen to the podcast and say the podcast is cool, share it with your friends so that way you can tell more people how cool it is. Follow us on Twitter, Young Podcast. Young Podcast, I think is what it's called. I'll put the link there. Follow us on SoundCloud and Spotify. for episodes that don't require videos, and YouTube for the videos. But do what you want. I don't care. Like the video or don't. Just watch it, to be honest. Or listen to it. Enjoy it. And I don't know. That's all I got. That's all I got. So,
Hey, follow the podcast or I'm leaking your address.
That's what I'm saying.
Been over here.
Right. Follow the podcast or the Boogaloo Movement. We'll find you.
We got the father over here, bro.
Like, I'm calling everybody out. All right. So that's about it. We will see you guys next time.
Say goodbye.
Oh.
All right.